There were a couple of questions at the beginning of class about rationalizing quantities. So one quantity is 3 divided by the square root of 5. If we multiply that by square root of 5 over square root of 5, the denominator becomes 5. And the numerator, of course, becomes 3 square root of 5. This is rationalized. We don't have any square roots in the denominator, any irrational numbers in the denominator. Actually, we just want integers in the denominator. Okay, square root of 45 over the square root of 7 plus 7. That might be seem a little more difficult. If we multiply by the square root of 7, then this would become 7. But then this would be 7 times the square root of 7. We wouldn't be rid of the denominator. But if we multiply by square root of 7 minus 7, then we have something like an a plus b times an a minus b, and we know that's a squared minus b squared. So the denominator is going to become a squared, the square root of 7 squared, plus 7 squared, the b squared, and the square of the square root of 7 is just 7. So the denominator is going to become 7 minus 49, or negative 42. Now I haven't written out everything over here. The numerator is just going to repeat what we had here, and the numerator we get just by multiplying the square root of 45, distributing that multiplication through the square root of 7 minus 7, and we get this, and that's very obvious. Then we have another one that's really pretty similar. Square root of 3 minus the square root of 5 divided by the, not the square root of 3, 3 minus the square root of 5 divided by 3 plus the square root of 5. And we don't worry about the numerator. All we want to do is rationalize the denominator. So we use the same trick. We multiply by 3 minus the square root of 5. So we have an a plus b times a minus b. The result, without having written it out completely, is going to be the square of 3, which is 9, minus the square of the square root of 5. That's going to give us 5. The numerator, of course, we're going to have to multiply 3 minus the square root of 5 by the same quantity we multiplied the denominator, by which we multiplied the denominator. That's going to be 3 minus the square root of 5. So essentially we're just squaring the quantity 3 minus the square root of 5, and we get what we show here. And you can multiply these as binomials. You can use the special product for the square of a binomial. I should be able to do it either way, and you should understand how the two ways are the same. In any case, we get this, and then we combine the 9 and the 5 to 14, and we get 14 minus 6 times the square root of 5. And then that's going to be over the denominator 4, and then we continue simplifying that because 2 will go into both of these. We divide the numerator by 2, the denominator by 2, and that should be quite obvious. So a little bit of quick summary or quick review of how we rationalize denominators.